Hey, baseball fans. Welcome back to Tits and Streams, your go-to channel for daily baseball predictions. I'm Koken, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on today's top matchups. Before we dive into today's picks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest predictions. If you enjoy our content, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love baseball and sports betting. Our channel relies entirely on your support. We don't have any sponsors, so every like, share, and comment helps us keep going. If you'd like to support us even more, consider donating by pressing the thanks button under this video. We love hearing from you. Drop a comment below. Your feedback makes our channel better. All right, let's get into today's predictions. Today we have predictions for 4 MLB games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Chicago White Sox and Baltimore Orioles. The Chicago White Sox are set to clash with the Baltimore Orioles in a matchup that highlights the stark differences between these two teams. The White Sox have had a season to forget, earning a spot among the league's worst performers in recent memory. Their struggles have been widespread, leaving fans in Chicago yearning for better days. The White Sox enter this series in a serious slump, managing to muster just 3.07 runs per game, the lowest in the league. Their bats have been frigid all season long, with a team batting average of 220 that ranks second worst in the majors. The situation only gets worse when they hit the road, where their already struggling offense seems to completely fizzle out. Their power numbers, including home runs and extra base hits, take a nosedive away from home, making it an uphill battle for the Sox. Even though they wrapped up August with their best batting average of the year, the key for the White Sox will be maintaining that momentum. Consistency at the plate, which has eluded them all season, will be crucial. On the flip side, the Orioles are in the thick of a race for the top spot in the American League, locked in a tight battle with the New York Yankees. Despite having multiple opportunities to create some breathing room, Baltimore has let several chances slip through their fingers. The Orioles resemble last year's squad that made it to the postseason but fell short of advancing, getting swept by the Texas Rangers. The Orioles have been seeing the ball well, averaging 4.95 runs per game, which ranks them fourth in the league. Their overall batting average is solid, ranking 11th, and it gets even better when they're at home. However, despite the strong average, they haven't fully capitalized at Camden Yards, where they've hit fewer than half of their home runs and extra base hits. Day games have been their sweet spot, with a .267 average. August was a bit of a slump for them, but they managed to keep their power numbers high, ranking second in the league in home run rate and staying near the top 10 in doubles per game. These rankings have been key to their strong run production, and they'll aim to keep the pace against a struggling White Sox team. Cade Povich is set to start for Baltimore, coming off a rough outing where he gave up 5 earned runs to the Los Angeles Dodgers, allowing 10 hits in just over 3 innings. This performance followed a brief relief appearance where he managed to shut out the Dodgers. However, inconsistency has been a recurring issue for Povich, as he also allowed 5 runs in a recent game against the Houston Astros. With a season ERA of 6.58, including 9 home runs allowed and 26 walks over 52 innings, Povich's recent form has been shaky, posting a 7.36 ERA over his last 10 outings. Baltimore might be underestimating the White Sox, perhaps thinking they can send just about anyone to the mound and still come out on top. But a loss here would be a significant setback. The White Sox, meanwhile, will counter with Nick Nastrini, who has shown flashes of potential in his limited appearances. His most recent start against the Texas Rangers saw him give up just 1 run over 6 innings, though the White Sox still ended up losing. Nastrini holds a 7.04 ERA for the season, but a lot of that damage was done earlier in the year. Looking at the hitting stats, the White Sox have had more success against left-handed pitchers like Povich, batting .248 over their last 10 games. In contrast, the Orioles have struggled, hitting just 194 against right-handers and .205 against lefties during the same stretch. Baltimore's bats have notably cooled off, which is concerning as they approach the final stretch of the season. However, the Orioles' bullpen has been lights out, posting a 1.82 ERA over the last 10 games, while the White Sox bullpen has struggled with a 5.51 ERA. Taking all these factors into account, it's hard to find much reason to back the White Sox, especially with their dismal .746 record over the last 53 games. However, Povich's recent struggles on the mound could offer a slim opening for Chicago. The first 5 innings might be where they have a chance to surprise, but it's certainly a risky move. Despite the odds, there's some potential value in taking a gamble on the White Sox to pull off a shocker. I'll place my bet on the Chicago White Sox. They might not upset the Orioles, but I expect them to make this game intriguing and uncertain until the very end. I'm rolling with the Chicago White Sox plus 1.5.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and Chicago Cubs. As the Chicago Cubs get ready to face off against the Pittsburgh Pirates at Wrigley Field on September 3rd, 2024, the stakes are sky high for both squads. The Cubs are fighting to keep their playoff dreams alive, while the Pirates are eager to build some momentum. This game has all the ingredients for a classic September showdown. Justin Steele will take the ball for the Cubs, and he's had a season full of bright spots. With a solid 3.09 ERA and 131 strikeouts over 128 innings, Steele has proven to be a reliable arm. However, he's been a bit inconsistent lately, mixing strong outings with a few rough patches. He'll need to bring his best stuff, especially after his last performance against the Pirates, where he gave up 6 hits but limited the damage to just 2 runs. On the other side, the Pirates are putting their faith in rookie sensation Paul Skeens. With an impressive 2.23 ERA and 136 strikeouts in just 109 innings, Skeens has quickly established himself as a force in his debut season. His fastball is blazing, and he thrives under pressure. Skeens' combination of speed and control makes him a tough challenge for any lineup, especially for one that's had its struggles against right-handed pitchers. Looking at the offensive numbers, the Cubs seem to have the upper hand, especially at home. Chicago's lineup has been productive against both lefties and righties, with key contributors like Ian Happ and Seiya Suzuki leading the charge. On the other hand, the Pirates have had their share of struggles against left-handers, and with Steele's success at home, it might be tough for Pittsburgh to generate runs. Defensively, the Cubs have been solid, but their bullpen has shown some vulnerability, carrying a 4.64 ERA. The Pirates' bullpen has been even shakier, with a troubling 9.15 ERA, which could be a major factor if this game comes down to the late innings. Historically, the Pirates have had success at Wrigley Field, covering the run line in their last 7 games in Chicago. The road team has found ways to come out on top in this matchup, a trend that could continue with Skeens' ability to keep games close and give his team a chance to steal a win late. Injuries are also in play here. With Steele scratched late, the Cubs are scrambling to find a replacement, which could disrupt their game plan and give the Pirates an unexpected advantage. The uncertainty surrounding the Cubs' starting pitcher adds to the appeal of backing the Pirates, especially with Skeens on the hill. Wrigley Field's infamous winds could also play a role. The unpredictable gusts can turn routine fly balls into home runs or knock them down. If the wind is blowing in, Skeens' power pitching and the Pirates' ability to adapt to the conditions could give them a slight edge. In conclusion, while the Cubs have been strong at home and have a lineup capable of putting up runs, the combination of Skeens' dominant pitching and the Cubs' uncertainty on the mound leans this matchup in favor of the Pirates. Given the Pirates' track record of covering the run line at Wrigley and their success on the road in this series, they seem like the smart pick. I'm backing the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. With Skeens on the mound and the Cubs dealing with last-minute pitching changes, the Pirates have the upper hand in what's likely to be a tightly contested, low-scoring affair. Expect the Pirates to edge out a narrow victory. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Boston Red Sox and New York Mets. As the Boston Red Sox and New York Mets gear up for their clash at Citi Field on September 3rd, 2024, both teams find themselves in a crucial juncture of the season. With playoff aspirations hanging by a thread, every game from here on out is a must-win. The Red Sox, holding a 70-68 record, are desperately trying to stay afloat in the American League wildcard race. Meanwhile, the Mets, riding the momentum of a 5-game winning streak, have positioned themselves at 74-64, teetering on the edge of the National League wildcard picture. The Mets will send David Peterson to the mound, a pitcher who, despite some ups and downs this season, has found his groove lately. Over his last 3 outings, Peterson has been sharp, posting an impressive 2.11 ERA and allowing just 5 runs across 21.1 innings, though his season stats, including a 2.53 ERA, suggest he's been hittable at times. Peterson has proven he can lock down opposing lineups when it matters most. When Peterson is dialed in, he has the ability to keep hitters off balance and give his team the early advantage. On the other side, the Red Sox will counter with Cutter Crawford, a pitcher whose season has been nothing short of a roller coaster. Crawford's .412 ERA and the 28 homers he's surrendered in 155 innings highlight his struggles, particularly with the long ball. Despite flashes of brilliance in his last 2 starts, where he allowed just 2 runs each time, the Red Sox have still found themselves on the losing end. This points to a troubling trend, not only with Crawford's inconsistency, but also with Boston's shaky bullpen. The bullpen, in fact, could be the decisive factor in this matchup. The Red Sox relievers have been a liability of late, posting an ugly .580 ERA over their last 10 games. In contrast, the Mets' bullpen has been more reliable, with a 3.52 ERA in the same span. In a game where the starters might not go deep, the bullpen's effectiveness could very well determine the outcome. Offensively, both teams have the potential to do damage, but the Mets appear to have the edge. The Red Sox have struggled mightily against left-handed pitchers, batting a paltry .224 over their last 10 games, a bad sign as they face the lefty Peterson. Meanwhile, the Mets have been more consistent against right-handers, hitting .250, which bodes well against Crawford. Historically, the Red Sox have dominated this matchup, winning 8 of their last 9 meetings with the Mets. However, recent trends tell a different story. The Mets have turned Citi Field into a fortress, boasting a 22-10 record over their last 32 home games. Key players like Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso have been pivotal for the Mets, combining for nearly 60 home runs this season. Lindor's leadership and stellar defense, along with Alonso's power, give the Mets a strong foundation. For the Red Sox, Rafael Devers continues to be a threat, but he needs more support from the rest of the lineup if Boston hopes to break through. All things considered, this game seems to tilt in favor of the Mets. Peterson's recent form, the reliability of the Mets' bullpen, and their strong performance at home all point to a Mets victory. While Crawford has the talent to keep the Red Sox in the game, the lack of offensive support and an unreliable bullpen make it tough to see Boston pulling off the win. Given these factors, I'm backing the Mets to come out on top. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Arizona Diamondbacks and San Francisco Giants. As the Arizona Diamondbacks gear up to face the San Francisco Giants in a pivotal 3-game series, both teams find themselves in drastically different situations as the MLB season heads into its final stretch. Arizona, sitting at 77-61, is firmly in the playoff hunt, holding the second wildcard spot and trailing the Dodgers by 6 games for the division lead. Despite their recent slump, losing 4 of their last 5 games, the Diamondbacks are still in control of their postseason destiny. On the flip side, the San Francisco Giants, with a 68-70 record, are struggling to stay relevant. They are 15 games back of the Dodgers and 6.5 games out of a wild-card spot with only a few weeks left to turn things around. Like Arizona, the Giants have dropped 4 of their last 5, and their playoff hopes are hanging by a thread. This series features a pitching matchup between Kyle Harrison for the Giants and Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks. Nelson has been a steady presence on the mound, with a season ERA of 4.22. He's been particularly sharp in his last 3 starts, posting a 2.41 ERA. Meanwhile, Harrison has had an up-and-down season. His last outing was a rough one, allowing 5 earned runs against the Brewers, contributing to his 4.22 ERA for the year. Offensively, the Giants have struggled mightily. They rank near the bottom in several key categories, including batting average, .240, and strikeouts, where they have the second highest total in the league. Their post-All-Star break slump continues, hitting just .229 since the break, and .244 against NL opponents. However, they've managed a .258 average against Arizona in their previous meetings this season. In contrast, the Diamondbacks boast one of the league's most potent offenses, hitting .262 on the season, second best in MLB. They've been consistent across the board, ranking among the top teams in runs scored, hits, and home runs. Their ability to perform on the road and after the All-Star break has been impressive, with a .252 road batting average and .282 since the break. Arizona's .288 average in 7 games against the Giants this season only adds to their edge. The Giants' biggest issue has been their inability to maintain momentum. They've been in and out of the playoff picture, but can't seem to sustain a winning streak. Arizona, however, has shown resilience, often winning series even if they don't sweep. Their knack for coming back in the late innings makes them a dangerous team, and no lead is safe against them. Ultimately, the Diamondbacks have proven they know how to win when it counts, while the Giants, despite their challenges, haven't been able to do the same. Given the current form and urgency of the situation, the Diamondbacks look like the smarter pick in this series. Their ability to find ways to win will be crucial as they continue to chase a postseason berth.